My topic for today is social reading. When we talk about reading, I think it's good to remember that we read for very many purposes and for very different reasons, and there are many types of reading, so it's not very easy to give a complete picture on reading. It's a kind of a complex phenomenon, and maybe some parts of reading are more social than others. What is social reading then? Social reading is about emphasizing the social aspects of reading with the help of technology. So there's the social aspect and the help of technology. Why is it important then? I think we can say that our everyday reading has become more social in a way, maybe more conversational, because we read so many messages and emails and comments and Facebook status updates and so on. So in our reading there is this social aspect involved, actually quite a lot. And like Alison Manella there says that people want to share what they have read with other people and receive feedback. And also technology is the great enabler for social reading. So if we want to understand a bit more this social reading, we can take a look at some of the key elements of social reading. And I think the good starting point are the traditional book clubs or reading circles where people have traditionally met face-to-face and shared emotions and thoughts and whatever in order to just entertain or maybe to learn something. Naturally, the next step are the online book clubs with the help of technology. Also, social media platforms are important in this social reading because we are now quite used to use them and share information and texts and other data. And from the more viewpoint of books, e-books and e-readers are of course an important element in this social reading, because when the material is in digital format it gives new possibilities. How about social reading at VTT then, our viewpoint? First of all, we think that these digital social reading services, if we talk about social reading services, have the possibility to expand both digital and traditional readings. There are some definitions of social reading that say that social reading is only or mainly related to e-books and e-reading, but we see that it can also enhance traditional print reading. And furthermore, from our viewpoint, social reading services could include and utilize, first of all, these reading groups and book club services. Also, user-generated content is important. The increasing use of social media and willingness to share, that's important, of course. Metadata, naturally, utilization of reading and social interaction-related metadata in order to create networks connecting people and books, and we can also follow different trends. And we see that social reading could help people in solving problems and also sharing experiences and emotions, comparing maybe some reading habits, reading histories, and finding new books and even new people. So based on this thinking, we conducted a case study, and the aim of the study was to find out readers' attitudes to social reading concepts. First of all, we like to use user-centric approach in our concept development. It means that we involve users in concept development from the beginning. Because of that, we designed a web questionnaire that included a concept video that was on YouTube, and also 4 written stories on different service concepts. This video included first some ideas of these concepts, and then the 4 written stories described the concepts more specifically. The stories included, the first story was about shared experience. So if you read a good book, you maybe want to share that experience with other people. So it is related to fiction reading and sharing this. The second story was about finding books with the help of recommendations and also a public virtual bookshelf. The third one was about hobby-related problem solving. So if you have a hobby and you need some information and guidance related to it, you can use this social reading service to help you. And the last one was about reading history, about statistics, so you can see how your reading habits have evolved and maybe compare your reading habits with other people. Okay, something about results then of this case. Well, we can say that the general attitude towards the respondents was quite positive. There were really over 1,300 respondents in this case. And it seemed like finding books with recommendations and hobby-related problem solving were the most popular and interesting concepts. So as a conclusion to that, it seems like that the popularity of the concept increases if the concept provides solutions and help for solving problems, such as performing hobby-related tasks and finding books. And also in order to find new and interesting books, these recommendations I mentioned, and also digital bookshelf are very desirable features. Something about the specific features, we asked people how they like different kind of specific features in this service, social reading service. The most popular ones were controlling bookshelf visibility. People want to control what others can see and what others cannot see. Recommendations. Also parallel digital and print reading seems to be popular, so people see that reading both e-books and traditional books is good. And also giving digital reading rights to friends seems to be popular. Some less popular were winning rewards, so if you read and you can win some rewards if you read a lot, was not very popular. Following celebrity reading was not very popular, and also this sharing of book clips and sharing reading info in other services seems not to be so very popular. We also had some open questions people could answer. The respondents were able to tell how social reading service could help them somehow. So they answered that, first of all, it can enrich book contents, so contents can be enriched, but also it can enhance reading habits, reading motivation, and learning as well. Social interaction was also seen as a very important thing. People mentioned that even finding new like-minded friends through this kind of a service would be really, really good thing. And they also thought that reading as a hobby could become easier in many ways. For example, you can be more free from time and space, and people with disabilities and senior citizens, this service could help their reading hobby. And when created well, this kind of a social reading service could be a better alternative for blogs. The last slide asked the question, why social reading? We asked the respondents about their plans. How are they going to read e-books in the near future? So in 2 years, you can see 26% answer that they plan to read books also with tablet, e-reader, or mobile phone, and 31% plan to do so with a laptop or desktop computer. So, and then in 4 years, we asked how would they imagine they would do. Almost half of them said that they will read both printed and digital books, depending on the context. So I think it's fair to say that digital technology, in this case, is an enabler, or maybe it should be seen as an enabler at least. And also, as I mentioned earlier, our everyday reading has become more social. Maybe the reading is more conversational because we read so many messages and stuff like that. So sharing and commenting texts are natural parts of reading nowadays. And I like to conclude this with these words that we think that here at VTT that these social reading services have the possibility to expand and enhance both digital and traditional reading. Thank you.